Welcome to my kitchen, to Rita's Roost. Look what I've got here. I've got a gallon of fresh milk and still got some cream on the top of it. But we're going to start today and we're going to make something out of that. So here's the first step. And the first step, well, what we're going to make is actually cultured raw milk cottage cheese. But I'm going to start today by dipping that cream off of that. I'm going to put it, this is a vintage Presto wide mouth glass jar, but that's neither here nor there, but I'm just going to dip that cream off into that because I don't want that in my cottage cheese. Just got a little ladle and I'm just going to dip it off. Sometimes I have a jar with a spigot on it and I use it sometimes. Just depends on what the milk gets put into. We'll make butter out of that, or whipped cream or something. I'm not sure what, but I'm gonna dip. You can, when the milk gets cold, it'll be fresh and warm, and as it gets cold, the cream rises to the top. One of these days, I'm gonna get me a cream separator, but I don't have one yet. I just do it this way. Get it? And I'm getting more than just cream because my ladle doesn't work perfect. Let it run in there. If I just kind of press down just a little bit, the cream on the top runs into that spoon, and I can dip it off. I want to get as much of it as I can, because it doesn't need to be in my cottage cheese. When I make the cottage cheese, I could even pour some of this back in there to make it more creamy. I have to get it. Let my ladle go in too far. I've got so much of it off of there. Just a little bit more. One of these days I'll come on here and make a video and I'll have a cream separator to show you. Someday, I don't know when. Maybe when I make a few more videos. Some of my grandsons don't like that cream part. You know, that's the best part of the milk though. But they just don't like to see that cream on their bowl of cereal. And if you make chocolate milk out of it, sometimes it just looks a little different. They're not city boys, and they've drank a lot of my cow milk, but sometimes they don't like it. Don't like the cream. Then I've got a sister. I think she would just sit and drink the heavy cream if you let her. Yeah, and she's skinny. She's not fat. I've got all that. That's my heavy cream, which I'll turn into something else. And this is good fresh milk. I'll even take a drink of it. That's good right now. Then we'll make it even gooder. Now, it's cold right now. I've just got a coffee filter, and I'm just going to set the lid back on there. And I'm going to set it back until it clabbers, which will probably be tomorrow. It'll be 24 hours or so. Being warm weather, it'll clabber pretty quick. Alright, I'm going to set that back, and when we come back in a day, I'll show you how to make cultured raw milk cottage cheese. Well, we're back. It's been about 24 hours since I've skimmed the cream off of this milk, and it's already started to clabber and separate. So now we're going to make our cottage cheese out of it. I'm gonna show you I'm going to show you what it's like now. It's kind of like yogurt now. I know you can see that. And some of the whey's separated from it. And so this cultured raw milk cottage cheese is only going to have 2 ingredients: the milk and some salt. So now we're going to put this into this pot. I think I'm going to give that a little stir because that's going to come out in a big chunk, ain't it? Because it's all clabbered up. Now, let me pour it into this big pot. Can you see the chunks of milk? And this was raw cow milk. It wasn't store milk. I really don't know if it would work with store milk or not. I don't know. I've milked a cow for so many years that I can't recall the last time I bought milk from the store. Now we're going to heat it. Let's see. Let me read my directions because I don't want to tell you wrong. We're going to heat it up to 110. And I've got my little thermometer in there. If I can focus on it. And it's starting out at 80 degrees. Let me let the dog in. Come on. Come in. I know, a bunch of y'all have babies too. Let me look at it one more time. And we don't want to go past 110. We want to keep it 110. And we're going to stir it. Well, I had a few technical issues with my camera. The SD card got full right there at the end. But anyway, I brought this up to 110 degrees. And I don't know if you can see what I have in here or not. But it's kind of curds and wheys what it is. And so I've got this cheesecloth lined colander inside of a bowl, and I'm going to pour that in there to separate. I see it splattering. Looks like cottage cheese already. Alright, I'm going to scoop that over out of the way. Now we want to drain it for a little while. There's my cottage cheese separating from the whey. I'm going to put that right there because it wouldn't. I've got a whole bowl of whey. You probably can't see that. Alright, we're going to let that drain, and I'll bring you back in a little bit and show you the cottage cheese. Well, I've been letting it drain, and it's drained a lot of whey off of it. I'm going to show you how much whey out of that gallon of milk. This is what was in the bowl. And I really don't do much with that whey. I need to do a little bit more research. Let's see. Let me set this right here. That's not all of it yet. Got my microphone on that little. You see that? That's just almost as much as what I put in there. You see it? It's way up to there. Let me move that pot out of the way. Let me scoot the whey back now. Just want to show you how much was in there. And here's my little dab of cottage cheese. And I'm going to dump it into that bowl. Get that spoon. lasagna. What? Oh, Jello salads. I like to put it with some pineapple and some Jello and make Jello salad. And it's actually a little drier than what that you buy in town, but we can pour some sweet cream in there and make it creamier. That's not bad. Let's put a little salt, a little sea salt on it. Now try another bite of salt. That's good. All natural, fresh ingredients. Nothing but fresh cow milk and a little bit of salt. That's my fresh cultured cottage cheese. If you ever get your cow, you have to try you some stuff. I think what I'm going to do next is maybe make some ricotta with some with vinegar or lemon juice. I may have to do a video of that for you too. See y'all later. Bye. I just got a quick tip for you, and you probably already know this, but I put water in this pot now, and what I like to do is I reuse these cheesecloths and butter muslin, but I'll wash them, and I'll put them in a pot of water and boil them. And reuse them, because I've had some for years that I've reused, but I'll just boil them and clean them up, and boil them before I use them and after sometimes. Got that cheesecloth in that water. Now I'm out of here.